Hey guys, tomorrow the Scorn of Omega is coming to global. I wasn't originally going to do like a specific preview video for the trial because I've already done a few JP clears. But I got a request to show a quick preview so someone could build their team in advance. So we're going to be showing a preview of the quick and easy way to do the trial. I'm going to use some units Global doesn't have yet because I don't have Sora. And Sora is a really great unit for this trial. He OTKs it very, very easily. I'll be using a Sora OTK tomorrow. I'll also be doing a Terra OTK tomorrow. I don't have either of those on JP, so I've got to use some different units that Global doesn't have yet. I'll also be doing a budget run tomorrow that does not involve an OTK, so don't worry about that if you don't have like Terra and Sora. But I'm going to show the example of how you could do this with Sora. So this is going to be the team we're going to use. So first of all, there's an ambush that does fire damage. You can either use Phasey, which we're going to, or you could gear your team in fire resist, or use guts, and that would handle the ambush. We're going to use Phasey tomorrow for my clear. I'm not using Phasey, so don't worry if you don't have her. If you do, she makes it easier. So she's got fire resist. She also has 250 ice resist, 250 fire, 250 ice. That's for the imperils on turn 1 and turn 2, so she can cover those. She's also our passive provoker for the stop. The boss does single target stop and blind and silence. She'll be provoking all those. And then shift form, same thing, just a lot of resistance gear. 250 to fire and ice. And she's going to be doing all the mitigations for us. She's going to do general mitigation, magic mitigation, and physical mitigation. That is because the boss is going to be doing lots of attacks, hybrid attacks on turn 2. Eileen is going to be for filling LB gauge and doing machine killer. That's pretty much it. She's going to, machine killer and fill LB gauge. That's all she does. Last gen is going to be a capper for me. Base form just got some LB fill so we can fill his LB gauge easier. Shift form is where the real damage is. We've got 4,800 attack and lots of LB damage, lots of machine killer. Again, Sora is totally fine here. You don't need to use something like last gen. I just don't have Sora, so I got to use a big boy finisher to kill the boss in one turn to do the quick way. And again, you don't have to do the quick way either. This is just the OTK strategy. So he's got lots of machine killer, like I said, and he is dual wielding, and that's why I'm bringing Onion Knight. The boss has evasion, so you have 3 options for the boss with evasion. You can either use magical damage or true double hand units. They don't have to worry about evasion. You can bring something like Onion Knight or Onion Knight Refia and buff accuracy, which is what I'm going to do. Or you could just take a chance and hope you don't miss. It's only 20% evasion, so 1 in 5 chance means it'll probably fail you if you just roll the dice, but it shouldn't. Anyway, there's his gear. Lightning is going to be our a chainer. She's going to be an LB finisher, a chainer. She's also going to be our source of lightning, imbue, imperil, and amplify. And then shift form has just got some LB fill. And then Onion Knight is going to be, like I said, he's going to be for accuracy buff. He's also going to be our breaker. He's going to chain as well. He's not really going to be doing his power up, so his damage is going to be pretty low, but he is going to be chaining in the base form. Alright, let's get in here and knock this out. Quick and easy to clear. If you're using Terra, she can kill it on turn 2 if your gear is really powerful. If it's not, it might take her 3 or 4 turns. Physical damage dealers, though, cannot hurt the boss until turn 3. The boss is immune to physical damage until the 3rd turn. See this immunity buff? That is immune to physical only until turn 3. So there was the ambush. Phasey covered it. So we're going to go ahead and use Eileen's Magnus here to fill LB gauge. Phasey's also using Call of the Wild, by the way, so she can LB on turn 1. Lightning, we'll just do an LB buff. Last gen, we'll do an LB buff. And then Onion, we'll go ahead and shift. And we're going to break the boss. We're going to do an accuracy buff for the team. And we'll do a attack power buff for himself. Alright, so turn 1 is just a bunch of magical fire and ice damage, no real damage, and then the debuffs on a single target. So this turn is going to be the hybrid attack. You can mirage them, you can smoke bomb them with Zon. We're going to just eat them with mitigation, so we'll use magic mitigation and physical mitigation. So now we've got all 3 mitigations up at this point. We'll just guard Eileen because she's a little squishy. We'll guard last gen as well. We're going to shift lightning. And we're going to do imbue, imperil, amplify, damage reduction, all that goodness. I did break the boss, right? I did. Onion, at this point, I could guard Onion and make him survive a little bit easier, but we don't really need to. And I did accuracy, didn't I? I'm sure I did. Yeah, I did. Alright, so Onion, we'll just do some power-ups for later. You know, doesn't really matter what we do. So there's going to be 4 hybrid attacks and then a magical ice attack. Only the ice attack can be covered by the tank. The hybrids will ignore cover. We've got lots of mitigation. It's super whatever. As you see, we took basically 0 damage with all of Thazy's mitigation stacked up. And now it's time to kill the boss. So we're going to shift last gem. Turn 3, the boss's physical, as you see, the physical immunity is gone. It goes back up next turn, but there is no next turn because we're about to win. We'll go ahead and shift Onion back. And then we'll just triple. Onion's not powered up, so his... Actually, that's the wrong skill. Onion's not powered up, so this is going to be pretty low damage, but it's fine. So we're going to go ahead and chain on this and then cap with last gen, and that should be it. I actually forgot to use my machine killer buff with Eileen, so... Whoops, I was supposed to do my machine killer buff there. As you see, it wasn't even needed. We overkilled by a lot. And there's the Esper. Summon an Esper. All missions complete. 3 turns. I forgot to use my machine killer buff. We didn't even need it. So we did 2.3 million. No machine killer buff. We would have done like 2.8 million. So we overkilled by a lot. Sora also overkills by a ton. Sora is very easy to OTK that. You've got your own Sora and a friend Sora. Boss is easy clap. It's just dead on turn 3. No problem at all. If you're using Terra, the boss is very, very high spirit, as well as actually really high fire resist. So Terra is actually pretty hard to OTK on turn 2. You need a very powerful Terra to 2-turn this fight. I should be able to with my Terra clear tomorrow. I don't know for sure. We're going to find out. But if your Terra is not as good, go for a turn 3 clear with physical, or use my budget clear. My budget clear will be like 5 turns. It's still going to be a pretty quick clear. So we'll have a lot of global clears out tomorrow, but there is the quick and easy preview video for Omega. See you tomorrow.